Ears in the start. NASA wants to go back to the moon. They have the technology. They have the experience. They have the budget. So why might the moon landing still be delayed in 2026? The real question isn't, can NASA go to the moon? The real question is, why can't they do it the way that actually works today? A simple question. Let me start with a simple question. If I asked you, can America go back to the moon? Most people would say, of course. They already did it. And that's true. NASA landed humans on the moon in 1969. Apollo missions proved that humans can travel to the moon and come back safely. But here's the strange part. Today, in the 2020s, going back to the moon feels harder than it did in the 1960s. And that doesn't make sense. At least not on the surface. So what's really going on? The Artemis program explained. NASA's current moon program is called Artemis. The plan is straightforward. First, test flights around the moon. Then, crewed missions. Then, a human landing. And eventually, a long-term presence. Artemis I flew in 2022. Uncrewed. Orbited the moon successfully. Artemis II, planned crewed flyby. No landing. Artemis III, planned moon landing. Originally, NASA aimed for 2025 to 2026. But NASA itself has publicly stated, key systems are not fully ready. Delays are very possible. This isn't speculation. This is official information. The problem is not technology. This is important to understand. NASA's problem is not a lack of technology. NASA has extremely advanced engineering. Decades of experience. Some of the best aerospace minds in the world. The problem is how the system works. Decisions move slowly. Every choice goes through layers of management. Risk is treated as something to eliminate completely. And in space exploration, trying to eliminate all risk can create new risks. The SLS rocket reality. NASA's main rocket is the Space Launch System, SLS. Facts, it is very powerful. Designed specifically for moon missions. But it is extremely expensive. Estimated cost, backhand index pointing right around $2 billion per launch. And it's not reusable. Every launch requires new hardware. Long preparation. Long testing cycles. This means, if one part is delayed, everything stops. And delays have already happened. The weakest link, moon landing itself. To land on the moon, NASA needs a human landing system. NASA selected SpaceX's Starship for this role. This is publicly known. Starship is powerful. Starship is ambitious. But Starship is also still under development. NASA openly acknowledges this. So now Artemis III depends on SLS being ready. Orion spacecraft being ready. Starship being ready. Training schedules lining up. If one slips, everything slips. That makes the entire mission fragile. Understanding SpaceX's approach. This is where people often get emotional, either attacking NASA or blindly praising SpaceX. Let's do neither. SpaceX works differently. Their approach, test early. Accept failure. Learn quickly. Improve fast. Elon Musk has openly said, if things aren't failing, you're not innovating enough. That approach is risky. And yes, it is risky. But it also allows rapid progress. Faster cost reduction. Faster iteration. Government agencies cannot work this way. Government versus private space. NASA operates under political oversight. Public accountability. Strict safety documentation. Budget scrutiny. SpaceX operates as a private company. with freedom to experiment and accept losses. These are two very different systems. The Artemis program connects both systems. That's where friction happens. The real issue is not, will humans land on the moon again? The real issue is, backhand index pointing right. NASA's system is not flexible. When something slips, schedules move. Budgets increase. Political pressure rises. History shows something important: when schedule pressure dominates space decisions, people get hurt. Apollo 1. Challenger. Columbia. NASA itself documented these failures. What's different this time? This time, NASA is more cautious. Engineers are being heard more. Safety reviews are taken seriously. Decisions are slower on purpose. That's why delays exist. And honestly, that's not automatically a bad thing. In space, rushing is dangerous. But moving too slowly also has consequences. Finding balance is hard. The honest answer: backhand index pointing right. SpaceX is not the entire solution. Backhand index pointing right. NASA is not the entire problem. NASA brings discipline, safety culture, institutional knowledge. SpaceX brings speed, innovation, lower costs. The future of space exploration depends on these two systems learning from each other, not fighting each other. An ordinary person's view. Speaking as an ordinary person, I don't need a flag on the moon. I don't need a political win. I need confidence that the crew will come home alive. If that means the landing moves from 2026 to 2028, that might be a price worth paying. The final truth. Space is not cruel. Space is neutral. Mistakes are human. Systems are human-made. Decisions are human-made. NASA can return to the moon. SpaceX can help make it possible. But only if ego steps aside. Reality leads. Safety is truth, not paperwork. If you want space stories that are not hype, not hero worship, not movie myths, but based on documented reality, follow AstroCatastros. Because space does not forgive arrogance, but it always remembers lessons.